Bit more of a smile, Mr. Brownlow. That's fine. Could we have one next to the scaffolding?
Is that really necessary?
Please, yeah. Gives us a before and after story. Shows the public what they're really getting for the 1.5 million.
1.3 million.
Whatever. Relax a bit. Terrific. Thanks for your time.
I was expecting a reporter as well.
Oh, yeah, Sally was coming over, only she had to cover a story at Barton Street. It'll be a press release, though, won't there?
Naturally.
Well, I expect they'll cobble something together from that. Cheers.
Well, thank you very much.
Sir?
Make sure you leave them as you find them, Stan.
Always do, sir.
Good. Today's the day.
Yes, I know, sir. You told us at parade this morning. And yesterday morning. And the day before that. And the day before that.
Everything in order?
Apart from the 8 rooms and windows which aren't finished, yes, sir.
Well, can't be helped. We'll just show them the bits that are ready.
Well, maybe we can put them in the toilets for the entire morning, sir. They are too good for policemen.
Point is, Derek, we and the Met have a reputation for doing these things rather well. This occasion will go off smoothly, that's all there is to it.
Quiet, sir. Terry, get a move on shift in that lot, will you, please?
Morning. Morning, sir.
Have you familiarised yourself with the new guest list, sir? There have been 1 or 2 changes. Viz, the Chamber of Commerce is now being represented by Mr. Malik and the Crime Prevention Panel by Mr. Thrower.
DAC Jago's still coming, isn't he?
DAC Jago is still coming, yes.
Oh, good.
The Right Honourable Annie Donovan MP, heaven help us, she's coming, and also the new mayor.
Whose name I can never remember.
Michael Ashworth, sir.
Not Bevan.
No, sir, Mr. Bevan is the council leader. He's red. Ashworth is only pink with green round the edges.
Does that mean he's likely to be vegetarian?
Well, I don't think it makes any difference one way or the other, sir, because he's not staying for the buffet, but Ms. Donovan is bound to be a vegan.
Oh, blast. Well, you better pop downstairs, see if you can rustle up some cucumber or something.
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Oh, sorry to interrupt, sir. Looks like a nice spread.
Yes, Hollis?
Well, it's just a thought, sir, as to whether the presence of the Federation rep would be useful this morning. Should any questions be put by your guests appertaining to the rank and file?
No, Hollis.
I wonder how Burnside does it. He always manages to be in court when we're having a kit inspection.
They won't bother us out here.
Jago will. That man's a ferret.
Ted, it's a beano to open the new bogs, not a raid by SIB. Just sit down and make yourself look busy.
Look busy? I am busy. I've got statements to collect on the pub robberies.
Well, go and collect them then. Business as usual, the memo said. Just as long as you make sure that your desk's locked, you've got nothing to worry about.
Don't express any opinions.
I haven't got any. CID lines. No, I'm sorry, sir. Both Inspector Burnside and Sergeant Roach are out this morning. Would you like me to come over, sir? Right, sir. Suit yourself.
I thought the lovely Norika was on the gate.
Late sub and I. She's gone Tom Dick.
Well, have a nice day. Oh, and make sure you don't salute the DAC. He hates formality.
Morning, sir. If you'd like to just park opposite the entrance, please. Sierra Oscar from 218.
Yes, George.
The DAC's arrived.
Thank you, Garfield.
Welcome to Sun Hill, sir.
What rank am I, Constable?
Deputy Assistant Commissioner, sir.
Don't you think it's worth a salute?
Sorry, sir. No. I'm sorry, love, you can't come in here. It's official visitors only.
Can't you squeeze in a Member of Parliament? Annie Donovan. I have been invited.
Sorry, I haven't seen a photograph. You got any ID? Right. I'm sorry about that. Could you park next to the big black one?
And you know about the girls from down the road, do you, sir?
What?
Tina Milkins, press office.
Oh, I've got a minder from the press office, have I? In case I'm indiscreet.
Well, you know what they're like, sir. They do like to tag along, don't they?
Well, as long as she realises this is my station.
Here she is now. Look. Hello, Tina.
Hello, Derek. Mr. Brownlow, pleased to meet you. Tina Milkins. I'm not going to get in the way, but if you're stuck for an answer at any time, just look in my direction. All right.
That's most reassuring. Excuse me.
Morning, Charles.
Morning, sir. Good to see you again.
Derek, hello.
Bring Mr. Bevan up as soon as he arrives, will you?
Yes, sir. Ashworth, sir. Not
What?
Bevan, Ashworth.
I nicked that Annie Donovan once, you know.
Well, that was brave of you.
Yeah, breach of the peace on a demo. She didn't half kick. Got off and all. Well, she's a lawyer, so she would. Wouldn't nick her on the demo now, she's an MP, though. That's what they want, isn't it? To be martyred. Excuse me, don't you think a salute would be in order?
Didn't you get a copy of the press release?
I never
I'm
get
so
it.
Mr.
sorry.
Jago, says Ellis Graydon, Community Relations Council.
It's a pleasure. You know, 10 years ago, this sort of participation would have been unthinkable. Mind you, 10 years ago, constables saluted their senior officers.
Excuse me.
We're still missing Mr. Throw from the crime prevention panel.
For God's sake, lose that clipboard.
His Worship the Mayor, sir, and his deputy.
Good morning.
Ah, Mr. Bevan.
It's good, Stringer. A fresh start. Pity all the scroats and slags have to come in again tomorrow and spoil it.
Chargery. All right, cheers. Dead on the move, Sarge.
This corridor here is completely new. Gives us increased administration space, plus specialist squad rooms for greater flexibility.
Must have found it a nightmare, Charles, handling the workload of a busy division while your station is being ripped apart around you.
Not really, sir. Just a question of careful reorganisation and keeping sight of objectives. I rather enjoy the challenge, actually.
Ah, now this is...
This is our new operations complex.
Excellent.
This is for senior officers. And over here we have a new conference cum incident room. Do come in. This is a room that we've needed at Sunhill for some time. It's a room where we can house personnel dedicated to a major incident, rather than have them swamping the rest of the station. A murder inquiry, for instance.
Or public order.
Public order isn't a crime, Miss Donovan. Public disorder, perhaps.
My grammar stands corrected.
Of course they'll come in here. Want to see the cells, won't they? Everybody does. It's like visiting a castle. The only bit people are really interested in is the dungeons. Here we go.
Morning, Tom.
Sir?
This is the custody area where prisoners are charged and, if necessary, detained. And this is the custody officer, Sergeant Petty.
Quiet life at the moment, Sergeant?
Yes, sir. No prisoners here during the refurbishment, all processed at Barton Street. We become fully operational again as from midnight.
Miss Donovan will be pleased to note that this is the one area of the station that hasn't been expanded. We're not planning to accommodate vast extra numbers of her constituents.
Doesn't that lack a certain logic? If 1.3 million is being spent on increasing your efficiency, how come you're not expecting to arrest more criminals?
We've already been blessed with an above-average number of cells, madam. Our only problem has been their use for remand prisoner overspill. We're assured that that is a thing of the past.
By the government?
Yes.
Then it must be true.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Sir?
Yes, thank you, Sergeant. Well, if nobody's desperate to be locked up, I suggest we move on.
Yes. To CID?
To CID. police have gone by now, Dick.
Yeah, well, I was talking to Jago's driver, and he reckons they had a plaque at Rouse down, not just a tatty bit of ribbon.
That's because they got a brand new station. We didn't. The only time we're going to get a plaque here is when you stop moaning.
Yeah, well, who's going to be cutting it anyway?
Well, certainly not you. Come on, stand back. All right?
The, cutting of a piece of ribbon seems a small act to celebrate the rebirth of a brighter and better Sun Hill. The fact that it's taking place here in the front office by the public counter symbolises the fact that this station is here. Indeed, we're all here to help and protect the public.
Wait, we found a body down at Gilfillan. Yeah?
Mr. Mayor, I wonder if you'll do us the honour of cutting the ribbon and formally opening the Sun Hill of the 1990s.
Certainly. The scissors?
Look, just let me talk to Simon, yeah? Come in here. Hey, this is important. I ain't messing about, you know.
I'll sort it out with him.
Scissors, Your Honour.
It gives me great pleasure to declare Sun Hill Police Station open.
There's been a murder.
Sit down.
All right.
Calm down.
All right.
All right, we'll listen if you sit still.
You're not listening to me.
We are listening. Now, what's your problem?
Up to his eyeballs in crack, that's his problem.
Crack! I'm trying to tell you something. We found a body.
Right. A body? Where?
Where we play football, Gilfillan Road.
Football? Why aren't you at school?
Why don't you...
Yeah, all right, Tom. Right, now you and your mates are playing football.
Down by the factory. That's where it is.
A body?
Yeah, the ball went over by the pipes. She's there, in a sack.
Sierra 1, can you go to the waste ground in Gilfillan Road, please? Investigate the reported sighting of a body in a plastic sack.
No, I'm fine. It's all part of the job. In a way, I'm quite glad you saw what we have to put up with.
I'm well aware of what you have to put up with. Is he all right, the boy?
Yes, I'm sure. Just rather excitable. If you'd like to check.
Mutual trust, Mr. Brown.
I thought you were a vegan.
You must be joking. Any chance of you opening up your cabinet and letting out a scotch?
By the pipes?
Yeah.
What kept you?
Yeah, sorry, Ted.
Have a look at him.
Hey, look, it must be these ones here. Oh, look in this one. Whoa.
June?
Yeah? Oh. She cold? Sierra Oscar from 643 receiving over.
That means slanting. It means exaggerating. I mean, try and understand risk of mugging's negligible. No way. See, what his readers really want is fear and panic.
I'm sorry to interrupt, sir. Could you spare a moment?
Yeah, sure.
Outside, please.
Excuse me.
Sure.
Yes, I do.
What's up? Our party people had a brain hemorrhage.
No, sir.
Thank God for that.
It's a bit worse, actually, sir. He's found a body. In a plastic sack on the waste ground in Gilfillan Road. That's what he came in for, to report it. Sierra 1's just verified. A young girl, aged about 9.
Sorry. Which way are the loos?
Down there, just down there. CID been informed?
Yes, sir. Tosh Lines is on his way to the scene, plus a soccer, etc.
Right. Well, inform area, but I don't want Amit descending on us yet. Let's get a prima facie cause of death first.
People tend not to get dumped in plastic sacks of their own accord, sir.
Just keep me informed, Andrew.
Will you tell Mr. Brownlow?
Well, I'll have to, won't I?
Yes, I do.
Look, just let me know what CID think about this, right? We'll take it from there.
Sir.
Ah, Derek, there you are. Charles, get him a drink, will you?
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. As the ceremony in the front office was somewhat overtaken by events, I thought that perhaps a small toast might be in order just to set the seal on the day. So I give you Sun Hill and the future. Sun Hill.
Sun Hill and the future.
God's sake, Derek, cheer up. Charles, now you're going to show me the parts of the station that other VIPs cannot reach, just to prove that you're not hiding anything beside DC lines.
Before you go, sir.
Hold that, will you? And hold the fort.
Strangled. The post-mortem will tell us more, but she's definitely had hands around her neck. There's another one, Ted. Just like the lad we found in Canley Fields a month ago.
I thought it was Garfield winding me up.
And there was me home for a glass of wine and a sausage on a stick.
You recognise the sweatshirt?
Yes, and Eunice's. And there's a name in the collar as well. Jenny Price.
Reported missing?
Price? That doesn't ring a bell, does it?
No.
I'll check through the school later.
Yeah, all right, but just slow it down, will you? Remember, I'm the one that's got to break it to the parents. Are they witnesses?
What's their patch? I don't think they'd see a jumbo jet if it landed in front of them.
Have they been questioned?
Not yet, sir.
Well, round them up and bring them in before they disappear. Tell them they're kind of tea in a bun.
He doesn't like murders.
Yeah, well, I'm not exactly crazy about them either. Especially when it's a kid.
Me, I switch off because he's a kid. Just catch the bastard, that's all that matters.
Major incident pool, please. Detective Superintendent Meadows. Derek Conway here, sir, Sun Hill. Yes, my duty inspector spoke to you earlier, I believe. Yes, I'm afraid so. Superficial similarities with the Canley Fields killing. Yeah, Graham Butler. Yes, I think we may have a serial murderer on our ground.
Well, goodbye, Miss Donovan. Nice to have met you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Miss Donovan.
Oh, Derek.
Meet again, no doubt.
Miss Donovan's about to leave. Could you escort her to her car?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Would you like another drink, sir?
I've only had one, by the way, so don't bother stopping me down the road.
I went to get the ball over by the pipes. It had gone behind these sacks. I had to get them out of the way. And this sack, it was heavy, you know. So I looked inside. I saw her hair.
So, why didn't you phone us? Why did you come to the station?
Well, the phone didn't work.
Ah. And the rest of your mates, they ran home?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll need their addresses. We'll need to take your fingerprints as well.
What?
No, it's all right, it's all right. There'll be others on the sack, you see. We need to sort them out. But I can wait until your mum gets here, though, all right?
Why?
Well, because you're too young to be interviewed on your own.
Interviewed?
We are not blaming you for anything, if that's what you think. But there are certain things we need to find out. Like, for instance, who put the sack there. Now, we think it was this morning because she hasn't been dead very long. So maybe you or your mates, you might have seen something without even realizing. A car, maybe?
Nah.
Have you got a minute?
I won't be long.
Definitely no Jenny Price reported missing. So I'm off to the school.
Okay, where are the winos?
In the charge room. Tom Penny's not an happy man.
Any of them coherent?
Well, if you call pink lorries being driven by big red dogs coherent, yeah. Oh, and Amipa on the way.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, Alec, thanks.
Who's coming?
Meadows, apparently.
You any good?
Ah, he's average. Hold it! If they find a link, they'll send it over to Barton Street for the existing inquiry. You're a bit previous. The heavy mob's got to have a look first.
Jenny Price, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Yes, this is it. Oh, she's marked absent in the register. Look, I'll just double check with the class teacher. It's only in the staff room, okay?
Time.
I'm afraid Jenny isn't in today.
She off sick?
Yeah, possibly. We don't expect notification on the day of absence, but she was in school yesterday.
I'd be grateful for her address if it's possible.
Of course. Not in trouble, is she? A super kid.
We've got a first-class station now, Charles. Make the most of it.
Yes, sir. See you again soon, I hope.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Thank God that's over. Sir, we've got a problem. Have a check out of the way we haven't. Did I spend half an hour in that damn property store?
Incident has occurred. I've been trying
All right,
to tell
Derek,
you.
I'll talk to you later.
Hello. Mr. Brownlow. Detective Superintendent Meadows, Major Incident Pool.
Oh, yes. The Butler investigation's being dealt with by Barton Street.
No, we're not here for Butler. We're your latest. So, if you could show us to your nice new incident room.
Mrs. Price?
Yes.
Detective Sergeant Roach, Sun Hill. Could I come in for a moment?